point in time, we've identified all individuals that were involved in the video as well as the photograph of the victim sitting in the chair. That took a lot of time. We've collected a lot of evidence that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is going to be helping us analyze. We've also looked at other aspects of this case. As of today, investigators with the Glynn County Police Department and the Georgia Bureau of Investigations continue to look into social media posts that have been supplied to the office. While we do appreciate the information provided by this source, there has been some misinformation that is spread via this medium as well, some of which to include the misidentification of individuals that were not involved in this incident, which has affected many families here in our local community. The misinformation that's provided via social media can hamper an investigation because we will follow up on every lead that we receive, no matter where it comes from, which means that the investigator is drawn from other assignments of critical information of importance to this investigation to further it by following false leads. Like I said earlier, currently forensic analysis is being conducted on the devices collected, as well as information that we received from search warrants. That information, as well as evidence, is being sent off to be analyzed by the GBI lab. This isn't going to be an overnight investigation. The incident occurred on Tuesday. It was reported to us, and here we are over a week later, and we're still investigating. If we could just make a case off of one single photo or one single video without getting any other type of evidence, then that would not be a thorough investigation. And in this investigation, we owe it to this victim and to his family to make sure we get it right. If a picture could say 1,000 words, then the 1,000 words that picture would say was, that's a horrible incident that occurred, that what that victim went through. We can't rush to judgment. We have to take our time on this, and that's what we're doing. In our society, we should have a zero tolerance for bullying and the mistreatment of others. That goes for any student, that goes for any parent, that goes for any adult. And all I could ask is that when you see something, you have to say something. A lot of this incident was revealed via social media. There were a lot of juveniles that were at both of these incidents, and nothing was spoken when they were occurring. So I would ask that folks not be afraid to speak up. This incident may not have even been reported if the victim didn't end up in the hospital, which is really sad. I want to thank all of our law enforcement partners that have assisted us in this matter to date. The Georgia Bureau of Investigations, our District Attorney's Office, the Glynn County School Police, as well as the Federal Bureau of Investigations. That's all I have to say.
Chief, would the people whose home this took place at, would they be responsible for anything? Would they possibly be facing criminal charges as well?
So we're not taking anything off the table. We're looking at this investigation from a holistic point of view. Not only the parents that the home that this occurred in, but we're also looking into where the alcohol was obtained from, as well as any type of narcotics.
We also know that this has been named a hazing investigation by your department. Originally logged as an assault call when it was put into the CAD system for your dispatchers, and then named a hazing incident in a press release from you all. According to our legal experts, this case doesn't fit the Georgia law for hazing. Is this still a hazing investigation for investigators?
I would agree with you. This does not meet Georgia code for hazing because it doesn't involve a public school event or an organization that's related to a school. Our victim was an adult, as you're aware. The individuals that are involved in this, other individuals that are involved in this thing, are juveniles, so it would not rise to that definition. I agree.
And do you see yourself, the agency arresting this, or do you believe that this will be a case presented to the grand jury?
We're going to collect the facts. That's our job. After we collect all the facts, then we'll consult with the district attorney's office, and we'll allow him to make that determination.
Have you had other calls to that house previously before this? Any sort of other incidents?
No incidents of this magnitude or of this nature. We had a total of about 10 calls, I believe it was, from August or September of 2022 until a couple of days after the event. A lot of the calls that we had there revolved around or centered after this incident of officers going by doing neighborhood patrols and things of that sort.
Chief, was there a parent home while the drinking was taking place?
We're still investigating where we are on that.
There have been a number of threats that have been issued to there's been a list of families that may or may not be involved in this, not officially confirmed. I understand there have been some threats towards members of those families. Is that also being investigated?
We are going to look into that. Before I came into, I am aware of other folks that are misidentified that had nothing to do with this investigation. We will be looking into that if they make a complaint to our office.
Have you all looked further into the police report states that Trent's father, told police that Trent had been to the hospital prior to that incident for a laceration over his eye and some other concerns that he had. Is that something that you all are taking part in this investigation as well?
We're looking at the whole combination of things, not just the incident with him sitting in the chair or the incident where he's being water hose is being used on him. But one of the things that we have to do is go back and re-interview our victim, right? We just recently had an opportunity to interview him for the first time back on Sunday. At that point in time, obviously, he was still being treated at a hospital. So we need to go back and re-interview him.
Chief, that picture of him in the chair and the video of him being hosed, are those two separate nights?
That is correct.
And the video of him being hosed, is that the night that the dad mentioned that he came home with A-Go spray paint WD-40 on him?
I don't know if we've nailed that part down, but we have confirmed that those were two different nights or two different incidents.
Chief, just as happening in your community, the fact that it is so wrong and I guess has so many people upset just seeing this, hearing what happened as a member of this community, not just the police chief. What do you say to people who are looking now at Glynn County from across the country and saying, look what happened there?
It's a sad and misfortunate event. I want the rest of America, if you will, and from across the pond to understand that we, the citizens of Glynn County, are mostly very good people, hardworking people. This is an isolated incident, and don't judge Glynn County by one group of juvenile teens.
You said you identified all the individuals involved in the video and photos. How many individuals have you identified? What's that number?
So in the hosing incident, water hose incident, I believe there were 11 juveniles. In the second incident, there were 9 juveniles. Obviously, in some of those are duplicates, or some of the individuals are at both incidents.
Are there any possible charges that they could face as of now?
We're still working through that.
As of those people you identified, the 11 and the 9, are all of them juveniles or some of them over the age of, I guess you would say, over the age that are considered adults?
None of the individuals that we've identified would rise to that level.
Chief, just to
Out of
clear
those
up a
individuals, of the 11 juveniles and the 9 juveniles, were those some of the same juveniles that were named for the 3 driving Trent off at the hospital that night?
They were.
Chief, just to clear up a misconception that's online, and I apologize if you already answered this and I missed this, but a lot of people were posting that the victim was on the spectrum or, had a mental disability. Is that something that's true? I just want to see if you can fact check it.
So we have interviewed the victim as well as his family. There is no information that we've been provided to support that claim.
Thanks.
Chief, has the family expressed any interest in wanting to press charges at this point?
They are fully cooperative with this investigation.
What are some of the charges? If they were to be charged, what would they look like? What would they be charged with if this investigation continues to get to that point?
I don't want to speculate on that. I want the facts to point where the facts show, and in consultation with the district attorney's office, we'll determine where we have enough probable cause to support a charge that's not only chargeable but it's also prosecutable and it's winnable.
Can you tell us?
All right,
can you-
we've only got time for 2 more questions. He's a busy man and we've got to go. We have a lot of things to take care of.
Can you tell us how many search warrants have been executed and in how many locations?
I think that weighs too much, provides too much information in regards to the investigation. I'm not going to release that at this time.
Chief, disregarding that, because I think you probably would like to let people in this community know you are here to speak to them and answer their questions about this, and aren't too busy to do that. Would you say to those people, especially those hundreds that gathered at that vigil the other night, the DA's office is asking for patience here, but they remember another case here where it took 74 days for someone to be arrested. What do you say to the people in this community that are so upset that this took days to come out into the public, and now we're a week later, and they say that arrested them?
This event took days to come out to the public out of respect for the victim's privacy. We looked at that. It was requested of us, and this was an incident that was isolated that we believe that we had no other public threat going on.
Is there any surveillance video?
Is there surveillance?
From the hospital,
Yes, there is.
is there clarity to it, or is that?
I have not viewed it personally. The investigators are working with that. I'm working with the hospital staff on that.
That video has already obviously circulated social media. Is that something that you all, as the police department, plan to release on your behalf? Or is that something that
I missed your question.
the video of social media has already circulated on social media, the video of Trent being thrown in hose? Is that something that you all, as the police department, plan to release from the department itself?
Once we can, I mean, obviously, like you said, it's in the public forum on social media, but we're going to retain what we have here.
Chief, all these kids went to Glynn Academy. Are you going to be working with the school at all on trying to address this kind of behavior?
We've been working with Chief Rod Ellis with the school police on this investigation. That will be up to the school as far as what type of actions they take.
All right. Thank y'all all
Thank
very
you.
much.